Thich Nhat Hanh on embracing impermanence for inner peace. In a quiet moment under the gentle shade of a fig tree, surrounded by the sounds of birds chirping and leaves rustling, let me tell you this. Have you ever felt the weight of time pressing down on your shoulders? Have you ever found yourself struggling against the relentless march of change, the impermanence that defines life? It's a feeling many of us can relate to, isn't it? But here's something you should know. There is a way to find peace within this constant flux. Today, we delve into the profound teachings of Thich Nhat Hanh on embracing impermanence for inner peace. You might be wondering, how does one embrace something so fundamental to life, yet so daunting to accept? Let me take you on a journey through his life and teachings. Thich Nhat Hanh, the Vietnamese Zen master, was born in 1926 in a small village near Hue, Vietnam. Growing up in a family deeply rooted in Buddhist traditions, he developed a profound connection with nature and the interconnectedness of all things. His early years were marked by a deep sense of wonder and awe at the world around him, which would later inform his spiritual practice and teachings. One day, while meditating under the same fig tree where Buddha received enlightenment, Thich Nhat Hanh realized that the very act of sitting still and observing the present moment could lead to profound transformation. He understood that everything in this world is in a state of constant change, including ourselves. This realization became the cornerstone of his philosophy, teaching that embracing impermanence is the path to inner peace. Here's something you should know about Thich Nhat Hanh. He didn't just preach this idea, he lived it. His daily life was a testament to his teachings, filled with moments of mindfulness and acceptance. Imagine waking up every morning to the sound of birds singing, taking a few minutes to breathe and observe the beauty of the world around you. That's what Thich Nhat Hanh did. He taught his students to find joy in the simple things, to see the impermanence in their breath, in their thoughts, and in their bodies. He believed that by accepting the transient nature of life, one could cultivate a deeper sense of peace and contentment. Here's something you should know. Thich Nhat Hanh wasn't just talking about impermanence. He was living it out every single day. In one of his most famous books, Peace is Every Step, Thich Nhat Hanh writes, "When we look at the world with the eyes of impermanence, we see suffering everywhere. When we look at the world with the eyes of impermanence, we see the possibility of freedom everywhere." This quote encapsulates his philosophy beautifully. By seeing the impermanence in everything, we begin to understand that nothing is permanent, not even our pain. And with this understanding comes the potential for liberation from suffering. Consider a moment in your own life when you felt trapped by your circumstances, unable to move forward. Maybe it was a relationship that seemed impossible to break free from, or a job that felt suffocating. What if you had approached those challenges with the mindset of impermanence? Instead of clinging to what you have, you would see that everything is temporary, including your struggles. You would realize that the seeds of freedom are always present, waiting to sprout. This perspective can be incredibly liberating, allowing us to navigate life's challenges with grace and resilience. Embracing impermanence doesn't mean we deny the reality of loss and sorrow. In fact, Thich Nhat Hanh teaches that acknowledging impermanence is the first step towards healing. When we accept that everything changes, we can begin to let go of attachments and open ourselves to new possibilities. Think back to a time when you lost something dear to you. How did you feel? Did you cling to the memory of that lost item, or did you allow yourself to grieve and then move on? Thich Nhat Hanh would encourage you to face your grief head-on, to see it as a part of the impermanent cycle of life, and to use that experience as a catalyst for growth and renewal. Now, imagine if you could approach each moment with the same mindful awareness that Thich Nhat Hanh cultivated. What if you could see every interaction, every thought, and every emotion as fleeting, as impermanent? Imagine how differently you might view your relationships, your work, and your personal goals. Thich Nhat Hanh once said, "The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams." By embracing impermanence, we open ourselves to a future full of endless possibilities. So how do we begin to practice this profound wisdom? It starts with paying attention to the present moment. Try to bring your full attention to the sensations in your body, the sounds around you, the words spoken in a conversation. As Thich Nhat Hanh says, every moment is a new beginning. By cultivating this awareness, we can begin to see the impermanence in everything, including ourselves. We can learn to accept the changes that come with aging, the losses we face, and the challenges we encounter. By doing so, we create space for growth, healing, and ultimately peace. Remember, Thich Nhat Hanh once said, "To be mindful is to be fully alive." Mindfulness is not just about being aware of the present moment. It's about experiencing it fully. It's about letting go of judgments, expectations, and regrets. It's about opening ourselves to the beauty and complexity of life. When we practice mindfulness, we become more attuned to the impermanence of everything, and in turn, we become more compassionate towards ourselves and others. As you continue on this journey of mindfulness, keep in mind that it's a practice, not a destination. It requires patience, persistence, and an open heart. But the rewards are immeasurable. You'll find that as you embrace the impermanence of life, you'll discover a deeper sense of peace, joy, and purpose. Thich Nhat Hanh once wrote, "The true peace of the heart is found when we recognize the impermanence of all things and live in accordance with it." So let us strive to live in accordance with the impermanence of life, for in doing so, we find true inner peace. In closing, remember this. Life is a series of impermanent moments, and it's up to us to choose how we respond to them. Will we resist change and cling to what we have, or will we embrace it with open arms, allowing ourselves to grow, heal, and find true peace? I urge you to make a commitment today to practice mindfulness, to see impermanence as a friend, and to live with a sense of gratitude for every moment, no matter how fleeting. Because when we embrace the impermanence of life, we truly embrace the essence of peace.